In this video, I'm going to break down how you can create and run two different Instagram ads that will allow you to predictably and consistently bring in followers for your business and brand on a daily basis. And what's super cool is one of these is going to be for very specific targeted followers. So if you really just want your ideal clients or customers following your page, or if you just really want to build up your following and have it be a little bit more expansive. Okay, so the first ad that I would suggest creating is of a targeted follower ad. What I mean by that is this is the type of ad that will ideally be bringing you in consistent followers that are specific types of people. So this is, obviously if you are someone who is selling some sort of service or, products online, then you probably want a little bit more specificity when it comes to the followers that are following your account. Because the danger, if you have too many just general people who aren't interested in your services following your account, is that they won't ever engage with your content that's uh, related to your services. So for this ad, what I would suggest doing, I'll just zoom out a little bit here, is getting a B-roll video of you on, just you could just film this on your iPhone. This is me when I was in Italy in the Dolomite Mountain region. And if I play it here, looking out at the nature around me, I have it set to 9.7 seconds because that way it will loop as a reel on Instagram. If you go beyond 10 seconds, it won't loop. So I would suggest doing a B-roll video of you that is in some way connected to the work you're doing, or the brand you're promoting. So if you are let's say you are a personal trainer, you probably want it to be you doing something like lifting weights or uh, running or hiking on a trail, something related to your work. If you're more in the like therapist coaching or like life coaching space, it could maybe be doing something more academic, like reading a book, working at your desk, something like that. But the idea is you get a B-roll video of yourself, you film it on your phone, or you could be a camera, and then you upload it into Canva. Into Canva, you open a new type of click create in Canva, select Instagram Reel, upload your video, and input it like this. Then you want to have text on the screen that speaks to your ideal follower or ideal client. So for this business, what I have is if you're a therapist, practitioner, or coach who wants free tips on getting more clients and building your brand online ethically, my page was created for you. So let's go with the example if you are a therapist. So you're a therapist and you help, I don't know, you help recent empty nesters with depression or something like that. If you're a mom who has recently become an empty nester and is struggling, is deeply struggling, my page was created for you. That's obviously super specific. Maybe yours isn't that specific, but you should get the idea. You're speaking to exactly who the person is that you want to follow your page. Now, of course, you want to make sure your page is good before you do this. At least have 10 or so solid posts on there. But that's the copy and that's the video. Okay. Now, another even more direct version of this could be something like this. So instead of saying my page is created for you, follow my account. So this is the ad that I would say, the follower-based ad that is going to be, I would say, more targeted. So if you want to make sure you're getting more targeted followers. Real quick before I continue, if you are looking for help getting more clients and leads online while also building a beautiful online brand in an ethical and aligned way, make sure to check out the links below. Okay, so now the second ad type is more expansive. So this is for if you're trying to just bring in more followers and you don't care as much if they are super targeted. So this is one that I have done for my business. And the format is using a quote that is maybe somewhat controversial but aligned with with my brand and my niche, so that people will go to my page and follow if they're interested in conscious business and marketing. So obviously I started with hot take as the copy, and then what I said as the controversial take is one of the most spiritual things you can do is create businesses that impact people positively and allow you to have the freedom of time and income to live a peaceful and conscious life. So it's a quote that is ideally going to be connecting with spiritual or conscious, heart-centered like entrepreneurs, but also it's something I do believe in, and it's somewhat of a controversial take because people think usually spirituality is just about meditating or something like that. So what you can do is basically replicate this style of just having some sort of quote that's somewhat controversial, but obviously something maybe you believe in or you think is important. The video would still be a B-roll style video. Obviously, I am, working on a computer here, but again, for you, you want to think about your niche in your work when considering what video and obviously what copy you're going to use. So that is the second type. The other form of this second type would be just taking a look at other carousels or reels that have done really well for you. So for instance, this is another reel that has did well for me organically. Entrepreneur hack: find someone who believes in your dreams as much as you do. That did well organically, and so what I did was just basically boost the posts. So basically, for the second form of follower-based ad, you want to think of creating something that speaks to your ideal follower, but is going to also be attractive to a broader amount of people. And it can be either a reel style or a carousel style. So, for instance, if I went to my page, like, let's see here, this one, for instance, or this one, like I could look at carousels that did well and then just run it as a follower based ad as a boosted post. Okay, so now third part of this is how do you actually run them as ads? So typically there's two approaches. You can boost the post, and that's if you've already posted it to your Instagram page or you're gonna post it to your Instagram page. If you're gonna do that, what it would involve is you want to do this on your computer, and you would just go to the post you want to boost, and it would say, instead of resume ad here, it would say boost post. If you click on that, what's going to come up is all of these targeting options. And so let me go to one that I haven't done, that I haven't boosted, so I can show you more. So you would click on the reel, and then you would see this option to boost it. Same thing if it was a carousel, you would click on it and, like, let's see here, boost. But we'll go back to this. What's going to happen is these, I'm not going to want to drive sales, targeting options will come up. So what I would suggest doing is visit your profile, because that's what's going to lead people to follow mostly. And then for audiences, I would either do Advantage Plus or suggested audience. I've found that to work a lot better than trying to do a specific audience you select yourself. So I would probably start with suggested audience, but you could also test out Advantage Plus, and then you simply select your budget and your duration, and then you boost reel. Same thing. If this was a carousel, you'd follow the same steps. So that's how you would do it through boosting. Now, if you were doing it through Ads Manager, you want to go to Ads Manager on Facebook. And then go into Ads Manager. And then once what you're here, you're going to want to do is click create. You're going to do traffic as the engagement or the objective for the campaign. And I've actually started doing one that I can just walk you through. So if you want to run this as an ad in Ads Manager, and you basically start by clicking the campaign objective and do traffic. Don't worry about any of this stuff. Yeah, you can just leave it as whatever Facebook has in place. For ad set, we're gonna do Advantage Plus targeting, so that's why I just named the ad set Advantage Plus. We want to send traffic to your Instagram page, so you would select your Instagram profile. Do not have the Facebook page selected. You'd set a budget. This is where it just depends on how much and how quickly you want to grow your followers. You want to leave it as Advantage Plus audience. I would leave it as, honestly, I'd probably leave it as, I would do manual placements if you have the option. I know Meta is rolling out for 2026 more just like forceful Advantage Plus, like you don't have the option. But if you have the option to not have it show up on Facebook or Audience Network, I would do that and just make sure it's showing up on Instagram. Then when you go to your ad, name it whatever you want to name it. And then you can see here that I have uploaded, I click create ad. I've selected single image or video, and I've uploaded that ad we were looking at earlier in this video. Then what I did is also add a caption, which is also going to be key for regardless if you're doing this as a boosted post or in Ads Manager, because with Meta's Andromeda and Advantage Plus AI targeting, it's going to take the creative and the copy in the video and the caption to understand who should be seeing this. So you want to speak to who your ideal follower is right away. Like, if you are, let's say you are a therapist, men who are recently divorced and, want help, check out my page for free tips on improving communication, finding a new partner, maintaining family relationships, and more. Something like that. You can even add more. I might even go back before I publish this and add even more information so that there's even more information for Meta to have. I would not usually apply these variations because, yes, it can give it more data, but usually they're just kind of bad. They just don't really look good to me. And then you would just simply click publish. So those are the two ways that you would, those are the two ways you would either run this follower ad as a boosted post or as a Ads Manager based ad with the intention of getting followers. And again, you have the option with these ads of either doing one that's a little more targeted or a little more expansive.